there's no spark in students' eyes. There's no passion, there's no excitement involved in learning. As a college professor for 10 plus years, one question I hear a lot from my own undergraduate students is, Dr. I, will this be on the exam? Learning has become so outcome driven, meaning that students, they are way more concerned about that piece of paper, their score, their GPA, their diploma. But we all know it is the journey that is important. It is the journey that is going to transform our students. Without the journey, without the struggle, that piece of paper means nothing. And that's why I think our educational system is so broken. If you are a parent watching this right now, you should feel concerned. And as a parent, as an educator, I feel so concerned because of the lack of passion and drive and excitement in my own students. That's why I resigned. And I'm now building my own school, Classroom Without Walls. And I truly believe for learning, for transformation to happen, has to involve three elements: the mind, the brain, the hand, and the heart. Right now, the emphasis at many schools in terms of learning is here, the brain, right? And cognitive abilities, learning, remembering information, and facts information. And I think the heart part is so missing. Learning should be purpose-driven, and that purpose should come from our students' heart. Most students have no idea why they are learning something. And when they don't have the heart involved, there's no long-term memory. You probably have this experience when people ask you, what did you have for dinner last night? And you probably don't remember unless it is a very special meal. Why? Because special meals poke our hearts. We remember, we feel excited or sad or emotional. That's how we remember things. That's how we have lifelong memories. But for learning, because the hard part is so missing, students don't really understand why they are learning something. And that purpose is not coming from the inside, from their authentic self. And when the heart is not there, long-term memory is very hard to happen. Students return everything to the teacher after a semester is over. That's why for me, as I'm building my own school, Classroom Without Walls, I'm making an effort to poke our students' heart. For me, I see myself as a global citizen. I travel to so many different countries, and I love traveling because traveling is such a great way to poke our students' hearts, to help them understand who they are from a different set of eyes, from a different perspective. And I actually also did lots of research in this area, and lots of entrepreneurs and startup founders, they actually gained their idea from study abroad, traveling abroad, and being overseas for an extended period of time. My personal transformation, major transformations all happened as a result of being outside of my familiar environment and traveling to a different country. And so what do you think about this? And do you think the hard part is missing in our educational system? And what do you think are some ways to poke our students' hearts and to make them to make learning become more purpose-driven, and that purpose comes from the inside? And that's why I designed my entrepreneurship immersion program in Singapore. So there's the online component, and there's also the in-person enrichment in Singapore, in a different country. The deeper reason for me to do this in Singapore is to poke our students' hearts, to open their eyes, to open their hearts, to see. And their entire life has become so pigeonholed to see the reality in certain way, to define popularity in certain way. And the only way to disturb that is by being outside of their familiar environment, so that you can see the box that has been limiting, has been constructing our identity and certain beliefs. And anyway, let me know what you think about this. And if you have children, are your students passionate about learning? and or not so interested in learning. And I want to hear from you. So let me know in the comment section. And if you are interested in checking out my immersion program, and also click on the link below and send me a message if you have any question. This is I, the founder of Classroom Without Walls. And I want to remind you, the best education happens outside the classroom. Thank you so much for watching.